Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are discussing Love Notes, a Nollywood film here on YouTube, currently playing on Russet TV. This movie was produced by Dianne Russet, is written by Abdul Tijani-Ahmed and Ogechi Nwobia. It stars amazing casts like Najite Dede, Ireti, Doyle, Beverly Osu, Uzoamaka Aniunoh, Baaj Adebule, Abdul Tijani-Ahmed, Tinamba, and of course, the delectable Tomi Ojo. Now, this story follows two best friends, Maurice and Tammy, who navigates their friendship, sisterhood, relationship troubles, and of course, at the end of the day, marital woes. A younger Maurice is played by Uzoamaka. An older Maurice is played by Ireti Doyle. A younger Tammy is played by Beverly Osu. An older Tammy is played by Najite Dede. And then we have Adebule, who is played by Kenny. And then Abdul, who is also a writer on this movie, by the way, played by Ose. And Bash, who is played by Kunle Remi. And Pearl, who is played by Tomi Ojo. Tammy is married to Kenny, and they have this cohesion, this fusion of their life that work together. And then you have Maris on the side, whose mother is throwing different theatrics about how she has a lot of money and she's not yet married. Fast forward to her meeting or say in a very chaotic manner, but it turns out that something blooms between the both of them and they get married. Now, we are getting into the film and we are realizing Kenny and Tammy have a situation, while Maris, on the other hand, has a fertility condition. I'm going to break this review into three sections, which is first, I'm going to talk about the performances of the acts, and then I'll talk about what I liked and then what I didn't like about the film. And then I'll try not to give too much spoilers away whilst I'm doing this review. Now, the performances of everybody in this film is 10 over 10. Everybody, I'm not even joking. From Maris to Tammy, down to everybody, to Pearl, who is played by Tomi Ojo, everybody in this film did exactly what they were supposed to do. Now, let me tell you how you know when people have done a very good job in their roles, right? You know because when they get you to start feeling a certain way, either you are angry, you are happy, when they get you to feel a type of way, just know that the actors and the writers and producers have done amazingly well. Like from the very beginning, from chapter 1, because I think Diane did this in such a way that is characterized. You see, like from the beginning, from where they are now, right? And then you see into, oh, this is what happened at this stage of their life. Okay, you go to chapter 2, you see what happens next. You come back again to their very present. Then you go again up to chapter 6. What I liked in this film are a lot of things. I already mentioned one before, which is the performances of everybody. Then I liked how the story was told. Now, because of the way that this story was told, it gets you hooked from the very beginning because you see into what is looking like their current life. Then it takes you to what happened. Then it brings you back again into their sisterhood, their bond. Then it takes you back again into their life. So I really love the way that the story was told. Big props to the writers, who is Abdul, who played Ose, that's Maris's husband in the film, actually. Chef's kiss. I love the way this thing was done. Then I also love the cinematography, which would also mean the way that, again, the writing, the story, the script was really good. Now, the way that the story was shot is also very, very good. I love the music, the way they played around with the shots. I really, really love that. I love the pacing. It didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel like, oh, we are trying to get to the end of this thing. Oh yeah, let's do pa pa pa. I love the pacing. I love the cinematography. Again, I love the way that the story was told. Very, very important. Because I felt like if it was told in a way that it just went from like the beginning to the end, we wouldn't have felt the way I wouldn't have felt the way I felt when I got to the very end of the film. So I really, really love that. Now, in terms of what I didn't like, I would replace that with the story itself. So let's get into what actually happened in this story that I want to discuss with you guys. Like I said before, I don't want to give a lot of spoilers, right? But I like the humor in that scene. I think second scene or so, where the mother brought men to audition for Maris. I enjoyed that scene. I enjoyed it so much. Then I also loved the part where um most of the shots where the sisterhood, the friendship was being depicted in a very, oh, I can't talk to anybody, but I'll talk to my best friend. My best friend knows everything that's going on with me. I really, really love that. There was a statistics, I think, a while back, that married women do more abortions than actual, single ladies. And this film, I think, reinforced that because there are different reasons why people will opt for an abortion, which I don't want to get into right now. But one of the reasons that are depicted in this film is the issue of, stubbornly agreeing to marry a person, knowing fully well that both of you are SS carriers. Really. Now, you now decide to get married and then you decide to give birth. God said, thank you. I'm going to have mercy on you guys and give you guys one child. You decide, no, let's try for another. So, but I don't think I liked that she didn't tell him, but I felt like he would have dragged. But I think because of the way that Baaj's character was portrayed, what's his name, Kenny, yes, I felt like he would have agreed. Even he also confirmed because he flared up, which again I think is just normal reaction for everybody, but he would have come to that conclusion at the end of the day. I also didn't like how Maris hid her fertility issue from Ose, and the way that Ose had to find out, it was very, I was laughing, but I felt really bad for him because imagine you getting married to somebody and then within a year of getting of being in your marriage, next thing your baby saying, let's get somebody to carry our child. That sounded very, oh my god. So I felt like maybe because of the love that I had for her, that was why he didn't want to think about it too much. I felt like Tammy took Kenny's love for granted in a lot of places. It was depicted in a lot of places. And I like the whole, I'm a feminist, of course. So I like the whole, oh, I want to do what I want to do and I want to do what I want to do, period. But I think that in partnerships, there's a way that you both have a consensus. And then when time draws near, you say, oh, my mind have changed. I'm no longer feeling fulfilled in this thing. I think I want to go about this thing in the way that I want to go about it. And now, that brings me to the next thing. The way that that story was told, that particular part, I felt like it's a hard lesson for Tammy. Again, I'm trying so hard not to give away too much, right? It's a very hard lesson for Tammy because it was a very stupid decision she made to go to that restaurant and hang out with Bash. A very, very silly decision. But I like that. They wanted us to know that she got dealt with, right? At the same time, I don't know how I feel about her meeting her Waterloo in that way or in that sense, where it's like, oh, you didn't listen to your husband. If you had listened to your husband, this wouldn't have happened. Yeah, but I'm fully in support of Kenny. I would have reacted the way Kenny reacted when he found out, because again, excuse you, there was really no reason for that thing to happen. There was really no reason for that thing to happen. Then I also liked how when they were cutting back to the back and forth, I like how they played with our minds. Oh my god. I'm not even going to lie. Dianne Russet, I've been following you from the days of Storm, Ricordi, Dear Diane. I think I did a review on Dear Diane here. I'm not sure, but I'm very sure I did a review. If it's not here, it's on my Instagram. I'm very proud of that woman. Like, I'm very proud of her. This film was so good. And when we got to the very end, I like the person who, no, I don't want to give away too much, right? So I like the person at the final end of the film because he also tried to pass a message in that if you take care of your health, like if you follow through what your doctors say to you, you can live a very healthy and buoyant lifestyle. So honestly, I really, really enjoyed this film. I rate it 5 stars. Quite frankly, I don't think there was anything I didn't like about the film, apart from the parts that I mentioned in the story, which again means that the writers, the producers, and everybody, the actors did everything they were supposed to do. Because if they didn't do everything they were supposed to do, I would not be here right now telling you that I didn't like this part or I didn't like this part. But because of how well done they did in this film, that's why we are finding out that we are angry on behalf of Ose, and then we are angry on behalf of Kenny too. So yeah, but the bond of the sisterhood, it was really done sweetly. Everything about this film from A to Z, I give it 5 over 5, 10 over 10, 100 over 100. So if you haven't seen this film, hurry now to Russet TV here on YouTube and watch it. If you have seen it, tell me in my comment section what you thought about the film. What did you think about each of the characters, really? Who was your best character? Did you think that it was okay for the sisterhood or the bond of friendship they share to take, should I say, over their marriages? Did you think that was, something? Because I think I love that Maris tried to steer Tammy a lot with her decision back to her husband on, oh no, you shouldn't have done that, oh no, you should have discussed with him. I know that I'm also a very big fan of sisterhood. I'm not even gonna lie. If I have a falling out with my babe, the way my chest used to hurt me is more than how I would feel when I have a heartbreak. So yeah, I don't understand what they were trying to do, but I think at the same time, should we, like, what did you think about, especially Tammy's behavior with her husband, Kenny, and how that, led her to making very silly and stupid decisions that led her to where she is right now. So if you have seen the film, let me know in the comment section what you thought about each of these characters. Tell me what your favorite scene was. But yeah, that's about it. See you in my next video. Bye bye. People would opt for an adult.